So I wanted to take a look at this piece today. I don't really have a plan of action. I don't have much of a lesson today, outside of what the lesson will be for this painting and all the changes we'll be making for it. Um, but I do want to kind of just wail on it. I want to give it my all. I want to critique it as if it was just me applying my personal changes and choices. So you'll most likely see a silhouette today. Most likely, like if you're betting on a silhouette, that's a good bet. Like put money on that. And but let's cover some quick announcements. The Community Design Challenge, the Floral Humanoids, is due next week, Thursday. Oh my God. And the winners get a free portrait studio copy, a portfolio review session with me, my brush set if you don't have it. A lot of people have it already. And they get to sit with me on call live for critiquing the floral humanoid submissions. So if you click on Community Challenge, it will show you all the pieces. Love the fold on this one. Holy cannolis. And yeah, so you get to see a lot of really, really cool designs, and the designs are all, under the same design prompt, and which is pinned at the top of the community. If you want to find the community, if you want to get critiqued, like this person's getting critiqued today, go to istebrak.com and click on the Reddit icon here. It'll throw you over into the Reddit. Click on the Twitch to make sure that you guys are following so you can join the live streams. The live streams are the only time to get the free full recording of the classes, the only time to catch the class in full free. Outside of that, you have to pay $1, but that's just $1 a month for all 8 1-hour lessons, equaling up to 8 hours a month. So it's $1. And the reason I keep it so small is because it's an untraceable amount. It's nothing, but it adds up if everybody joins. And that's why it's just my best way of encouraging everybody to join. It encourages me to encourage people to join. So if you feel like you've learned something from this community, if you feel like giving back, the community only really asks for $1 a month to keep it alive, kind of like as a crowdfunded situation. And that's it really for announcements. I think I don't have much of, what's going on here? I don't have much of other stuff going on. We're all still waiting on the masterclass release, which is the 1st of June. It is a 4 to 5 hour. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm keeping, what I'm cutting out, but it's all recorded, edited, and done. I'm just making final decisions. I might add more to it, but I feel like that's a bit overkill. The price is going to be around $80. The price was voted on by you guys. That was the winner of all the polls that I submitted online. It's as I've mentioned in other classes, it's 4 to 5 hours of footage and about 8,000 words of notes written by me for those list lovers. Basically, it's just like a mini companion book to the companion class for 14-day challengers. It's all portraiture. It's a female portrait. Grayscale to color is included. Skin tones and how to paint in skin tones is included. I may remove the male to female, female to male tutorial because that's just a lot of information. So I may remove that. I may not include it. But it is recorded and ready to be released. But I'm not 100% sure I want that all to be in one individual package. It's just one tutorial after all. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to go to the community on the community tab on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Istebrak. Click the community tab. Vote on the poll that I submitted, one of the latest community posts I made. Let me know what you think the price is for that. What do you think it should be? The vote can still change in the next month. That's a whole month of voting. What do you guys think it should be? And just your honest, what you believe compared to other tutorials you've bought. What do you believe the price should be for that? I'm leaning on 80. So just in case you guys want to know a possible price, most likely it will be 80. For those who are interested in getting it and are just slightly out of budget, You have time to save up for it for the release date. And then for those who really can't afford $80 in any direction at the moment, which I 100% understand, there will be sales. There will be lots and lots and lots of sales. You know me, I love throwing out sales. So if I have another new product on my site, there's going to be more sales. I just love making sales happen. It's fun advertising them. It's fun just talking about them. Everybody gets so excited, and it's just nice seeing you guys afford the things that you want. Well, I just have to keep it fair and sell it at the full price for some portion of the year, and then the sales will start. Always there will be sales in the fall and Christmas every single year, without fail, almost a decade now that I've been making sure that there's always going to be fair sales. That's it. Let's get started on today's paint over. Oh yeah, and as for the next community design challenge, a while ago I asked you guys to write narratives for me that I still have, don't worry. I may pull from that for the summer design challenge. The winner may have been the guy who designed the Matador, is that how you pronounce it? In the Colosseum with the bull. I love that scene. It stuck with me over the past couple months. I can see it in my mind, and I feel like that's the narrative that we're going to go for. Because it felt so active. And you can see the red of the Matador's cloth, and you can see the bull, and you can see the bull's silhouette, and I'm feeling that one because that one really stuck in my mind. So we may go for that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go at this. So I don't like the background. Holy crap, it's really, really detailed, and there's almost nothing going on. So I'm just gonna do the stuff I like to do. I'm just gonna have fun with it. But I also want to follow the motif you've got going on, which is this blue crystalline color, this diamond that you have here. I'm not 100% sure if it's linked as a narrative, kind of fuels the narrative in some way, her eye color and the diamond. Maybe you just felt like putting something pretty beside a pretty face. But either way, I'm gonna really go at it like an English major and just try to see the inner motifs of the blue and the loss of innocence, etc. I'm joking, I won't do that. Yeah, the blue represents the fall and represents modernism and what have you. And I'm going to try to honor all your decisions here. So before I do any fantastic pizzazz with the silhouette and the light environment, I just fixed the light environment just slightly, just so I know what I'm doing with the portrait. You have to do that. That detail that you had was just too much because it canceled out anything you had going on in the face. Like, I don't even have fun looking at the face. I'm just having fun looking at this cool print. That would probably be cool fabric for something, and I don't feel interested in anything else in the image. So yeah, that's me. Yours truly was an English major, and we analyzed the crap out of Shakespeare. So I'm joking, I'm not going to do that, God forbid I ever have to do that again. So I'm just going to blend out everything, blend out the stuff that is just sticking out. And you guys know why I blend some things, but I will explain the general reasons why I do. So the eyebrows should not be over detailed. The basic pattern for eyebrows is detail, relief, detail, relief. So that means that we want to provide detail with the eyebrows, of course, but we don't want to overwhelm the eyes, okay? And overwhelm the focal point. The focal point is where we have 100% of our detail. Okay, and so I'm getting rid of that. And then I'm going to go into liquefy. And I'm going to try to get some narrative going on. I'm going to try to figure out what she might be looking at, what she might be doing. And her looking down at the viewer is kind of boring. I may experiment with more than one thing, but because I want to throw this almost sunset glow behind her, it's going to be a silhouette, but it's not going to be that dark as a sunset. It's almost like a moment of sunshine, but overcast as well. I'm going to try to visualize it and then see it, and then, you know, and then apply it. But I feel like making her kind of look down, look to the side, look up. There's a lot of stuff that we could do with her eyes, but her looking forward like that is super boring. So I'm going to try to start with her looking up and away from us at some object in the far distance behind our heads. And that means that I'm gonna have to adjust the perspective a touch. All right, and then I'm just going to take care of that. So really quickly, I'm gonna start blocking and then we're gonna call it done. So I'm just making her eyes feel a bit more defined. So the problem with your piece is that you kind of had, you know, information overload with your detailing. You want to show off the lashes, and I'll talk about that, and I'll show you how to do it right. But at the end of the day, y'all just really overdo the lashes. All right, so I'm creating a blocked separation between the cheek and the rest of the, see how that definition in the eye is just so pretty as soon as you identify the lower eyelid from the rest of the face and the eyebrow, and give the eye socket its own little section to work in. So I'm going to just add a bit of that blue to the eyes, and you kind of did some of that, which I really, really appreciate, because when you have blue eyes, you got to make sure that blue also touches the white of the eyes as well. And I'm just going to try to insert some realism, because the eyes right now are just destroyed by that lash line along the waterline. You need just something to wake the eyes up out of that flat, symbolic thing you got going on here. And then I'm going to just try to include the eye socket. And you want to add, yeah, I like the water that you added to the eyes, because that was just really, really romantic as well. And then I'm letting some of that redness, because she's kind of blushed, kind of letting that redness hang out. I'm going to get like a red purpley dark value for the nostril holes, because we got to get those working. We got to get those up and running. And then I'll take care of that in a second. All right, so let's take a look at where your values were before. You know, sometimes showing everything is so cliche and lame. It looks like a skincare commercial where they're just shining all the lights they own at the actress, so her skin looks flawless so that they sell more Garnier Fructis or whatever it is that they want to sell to you. When you have the courage to drop the values like this, it makes all the difference. So please build up the courage, you know, a trust that it's possible. So before you make the background any brighter, give the hair a chance to carry some of that light environment in it. And one shoulder is going to be slightly asymmetrical just because it's more fun. Maybe she's just doing something different with either shoulder. And I'm just going to do the thing I mentioned earlier, which is that darker background color, but I'm not sure what color to pick. Maybe that golden color, but I do like the sky color as well. You also have this option, which makes it feel like more she's on stage. But if we do that one, we kind of have to show off. So it goes back to being gray, because we kind of have to do this. And I like that glow of the sky, but this is also pretty cool. Okay, so I wish I could do more to the perspective, all of that. I wish I could make the hair flowing more. I wish I could do more hair detail. I'm always racing against time with these. If only I had more time every class. One thing is the way that lips used to kind of really, the dark circles were a big part. And I kind of want to show off a bit more of that definition. There's always like that slightly parted. I can't keep playing with it. So let's show you the before and after. It's a big change, I know. But it feels okay. And I'm just gonna flatten, and then I'm just gonna let some hair kind of just flying around over her head. Just one last pass at making the hair feel like it's really flowing. getting caught in the wind. And style like this on Instagram is like hella popular. I'm not sure why. I guess it's just fun to look at. It's fun to look at these big eyes and all that. They get like movie scenes. They, you know, pause the movie scene, take a picture, and then just make a big eye version of it. That's just like all over the place nowadays. There's nothing's wrong with it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. It's fun. Portraiture is always fun. But it's nice, you know, seeing how there's just a bit of realism, more realism nowadays than ever, just because of people's respect for science now and how things look. And so there's always a nice balance. The fact that they're working from a movie scene is a nice touch too. And I'm just showing the sheen in the hair up there. Okay, so I want to flip the canvas. I know I'm not going to like it, so I'm not going to flip the canvas. Don't copy me. I'm the teacher. I can break the rules. You can't. Yeah, I'm not going to add that strong jawline. I'm just not in the mood for that right now. And let's look at the before and after. So I want to add one more thing, do I? No, it'll make it ominous if I add a gradient shadow over everything. So before, obviously, it's a huge change. It's completely different painting. I understand. But I want you to see the motion and activity, the activity between the two. One is static, complete. It's basically a representation of that story, the yellow wallpaper, where the woman slowly assimilates and becomes a part of the wallpaper. Right? Isn't that how it goes? Lots of English lit years coming back to me all of a sudden. It's like I'm having dementia or something. I'm just revisiting random 2-year segments of my life. But anyway, so before, after. So now we have more going on. Okay. If you want the long version of today's class, please join us on Patreon. Pay that $1 and you'll get the whole class and the rest of the classes, okay? You're probably not even going to want to talk to me again after that accent. That's okay. Yes, it is very spooky. It's a beautiful portrait. I hope the original artist feels motivation to continue their piece as well. I agree. Obviously, there's a ton of potential to improve it given time and effort. So before, after, kind of a silly class today. I was in a silly mood. Thank you guys for watching. And please consider joining on Patreon as a supporter. It means the world. Everybody, it all adds up if everybody joins. So please, if you learned something today, join us on Patreon for a $1 patron as a watcher. The Portrait Studio sale will go down very soon. If you'd like to get critiqued, this person got critiqued today. Thank you for submitting your work and giving us this amazing opportunity, this educational opportunity. Everyone who submits work, you're doing a service for humanity, basically. You're giving us your work to critique it so that we can learn from it. That's beautiful. It's like people who donate their body for science so that medicine is advanced. Like, it's, no, I'm not exaggerating. It really is the same kind of selflessness and sacrifice. So thank you guys for your sacrifice. That was extreme metaphor. I don't care. I'm going to stick by it. Go to the Reddit icon right here at the top of my website. It'll take you to the subreddit. Get critiqued, submit your work, learn, get good. And my masterclass will be available on my store June 1st. And I hope you guys like it. Basically everything that I taught here today, I go into it really thoroughly and have a set of notes beside it explaining everything that I do. So if you guys want to paint like I do, when it comes to portraits like these, there's a masterclass coming. You can hear it stomping in the distance, and it will hit June 1st. And it will be around $80. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Remember, next week, Thursday, is the due date for the Floral Humanoid Design Challenge, which has winners and contests, and which has a winner because it's a contest and has rewards. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.